Hi guys, welcome to a special episode of Box to Box. Today we are focusing on our local athletes and we have a special one in the house. First of all, it's Legs and
Bicky Bix, false 10.
False 10.
Carries at the back, Kuko is judging me, but you know what? At least I'm not false 5 like Maguire.
You're near after. You're near bad.
Sorry. Local, sorry.
I was gonna say, yeah, we're focusing on local sports. And I was gonna say this one needs no introduction, but I actually don't know how to introduce her, so just introduce yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Mudiwa. I'm the captain of the national team pool, and that's the introduction enough for now.
How do you become the captain of the national team?
First of all, I didn't even know we have a pool national team. Not even in a bad way. Like,
no, it's true.
Like, actually, just
even
like
before, because even before I didn't know that until I met her.
And she told us that pool is the most played adult sport in this country.
Adult sport.
I don't know what other adult sports exist, but somebody in the background is.
So
Sticks
my
and balls,
first question to you. Like, where does the pool for? Where's the love for the pool for love? Where does the love for pool come from? Like, I feel like it's never met anyone who plays it professionally. So where does it come from?
Where did you first play?
So I started playing when I was 7 years old. I was a tomboy and daddy's girl, so I would follow him everywhere I used to go. So including the sports that he used to frequent, which had pool tables. So that's how I started playing, because he would notice that I would get bored after 30 minutes and there's no way I was gonna leave and go home. So he taught me how to play. I remember that time I used to be on the same height as the table, so I would hold the cue stick like this. But yeah, I was
Who's
still...
cue stick?
You to hold it like she's really chopping a free throw, right?
So I remember by, I think 9 years old, I'd already challenged someone who was in the national team at that time. And he looked for my dad to tell him that your daughter has a future in this sport. And those words stuck with me. And then now finally, because now I couldn't continue playing for a while, especially when adolescence kicked in, my dad was like, no, I can't take you with me
These
anymore.
places with pool tables,
Yeah.
they're dangerous.
Yeah, those sports. Yeah. So I played again now in campus because I schooled in Parklands, so I was always in Westlands playing. So that's when the national team manager spotted me and he asked me if I would be interested to join the team. Then the next day I was called in to play. Now the ladies were already in the team. And yeah, I got in. That was 2014.
So what you're saying is scouting happens at these sports?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
No one has ever scouted you, bro.
Really? So, okay, that just means you're getting
Yeah.
so good enough.
So you said when you got to a certain age, it became difficult to play. So
Yeah.
you're doing like at how many years? Like your whole high school life, a few years of high school,
Yes.
more high school, like.
When I turned 10, that was in class 6, I couldn't play again until now high school, until campus, first year. Yeah, first
And then
year.
at campus now, where were you playing?
I used to shoot at Crooked Cues,
Yeah.
Westlands, because my campus was just there, Parklands, so that's where we would frequent. So that's where the team spotted me.
Oh yeah, because that's why I first beat you at Q's, yeah?
Oh yeah, in your dreams though.
that's how it inspired you. I'm still sticking to this story. I'm sticking to this story.
They're talking to Aizo. Some guys have pipe dreams.
I'm sticking to this story.
Some guys have pipe dreams here.
So then now you've gotten to when first year, and then you're playing it now regularly. Now the dream came back. People used to practice there who were part of the team? Like how did you manage to first join the team?
Yeah, so I was fortunate enough on this particular night, the team manager had stayed behind late and he was there just because he doesn't indulge in, the drinking and all, but he stayed late shooting. So that's when he noticed me playing and yeah, he took my contact and the next day he called me now for, let me call it an audition to now play the other ladies. Yeah, that's how they recruited me.
And your team has how many ladies?
So currently I have 26 ladies who play, but when we're going for the African Championship, we only carry 8. We only allowed to carry 8 for the team event, but you can carry extra 4 players to participate in the singles event.
So how does it work? Are there subs?
Yes. So
one guy plays the whole time.
No.
In golf, when you play in pairs, like one guy plays the next.
A team is made up of 5. Then we have 3 reserves. So yeah, subs, 3 reserves. So 3. Yeah. So a team is made up of 8.
So like, so how's the format of the tournament? Like, how do you win? How do you lose? Do you play 5 games in a row? Do you play 8 games?
Okay.
Or...
So in the team event, so each country has, so the first 5 are the ones that start, and what happens is you play a best of 25 because each player gets to play 1 game against the other player of the other country. Yeah, so by the end of it, it will be best of 25, which is raised to 13.
So you can't just switch in between.
The games, like
in between an actual one game, you can't switch.
Somebody else.
Like once you start a game, you're finishing it.
Yeah, once you start a frame, it's called a frame.
Oh,
yeah,
frame.
you have to finish that frame. Yeah.
You can't just switch mid-season like some Lewis Hamilton fans.
This weekend, Apple Deja Vu, I'm going to be telling guys about frame. Best of 25.
we just frame it. And so which one, like out of all the tournaments, how many tournaments have you played?
African, I was in the African Championship in 2014, then 2016, then 2017, then now this year. So the one I was in last week in Zambia was meant to be African Championship 2021, but now because of the COVID restrictions.
I see what she's doing. She's playing pool, she's a lawyer.
She's doing big
She's doing big things. That's a vibe. I have 3 jobs. At school. Guys are doing vibes.
Until this point, what do you feel like has been your highest point, like in pool?
That will be last week when I was voted to be the new vice president of the All Africa Pool Association. Thank you.
Do you need a reserve there? We can offer ourselves.
What is it called?
I can frame it. You can frame it. We do framing every day here with cameras. We can
It's me versus Dex finals.
So were you chosen?
Yeah, it's an elected post. So what happens?
It's an election year for you, right?
Yeah, it has been. So what happens is you have to be nominated by 2 countries. So
which countries nominated you?
Uganda and Tanzania and Kenya. Those were in the forefront of.
Oh, for the Uganda. Uganda not pure.
Ugandans love me by the end. I love them back.
Any particular Uganda or just?
And then Tanzanians I've seen kuna ujinga fulani akasema huyu ni mmoja wetu.
Wanaonanga venye naongea Kiswahili na nazungumza Kiswahili.
Sio unajua kuzungumza.
Some people here are beginning to get lost in that language. Yes, not viewers, some attendees.
Yeah, so 2 countries nominated you.
Yeah.
Oh, you said the forefront, so Tanzania, Uganda, obviously.
Yeah.
Does your own country nominate you as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but you only actually just need 2 nominations. Then once that happens, you're asked if you're interested. Then yeah, I confirmed.
Unapiga campaign ama?
Yeah, so kinda you have to let them know what you're willing to do when you get into that position. But mostly for me, to be honest, I think it's my work that was seen, because I've been in the forefront of promoting this sport in Kenya alone. So I guess, yeah, they just, my work. Yeah, it did.
So you were elected before the tournament started or after?
Before. The AGM happens before the tournament.
So how was that for you? Like playing a tournament knowing the new, like the video.
Actually,
like
this is the thing. I'm the first ever person in the executive to also be a player. So it was.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it was quite interesting. So I was feeling, it was interesting, but I was feeling the burden as well, because I'm representing the executive. I have to show that we're not all about the papers and the.
Sinaloa cartel. It is Sinaloa cartel.
Influence with the judges.
Yeah. So then, so you played. You started playing. Actually, no. Rewind. Rewind.
When you say the work you've been doing in terms of promoting the sport,
Yeah.
can you give us like some examples in terms of what it takes for you to try and grow the sport locally?
Okay. So earlier you mentioned about scouting. So I've been doing a lot of that because I've noticed ladies don't really step out to actually say, I can shoot pool. So I have to go into these spots that have pool tables and just sit by the pool table waiting to see the ladies who will come and play, study their game. Some are there to enjoy with their boyfriends or husbands. And it's normally weird for me to approach them. I'm like, excuse me, I like your game. Could I kindly take your number? I'm the captain of the national team. I would be, So I've been doing a lot of that everywhere. Okay, mostly I've done it in Nairobi. Sometime back in Kisii, actually, randomly. Mombasa once in a while. Yeah, just maybe all the cities that I get to frequent. And then also, I've also been working really hard to have the sport, recognized by the government. So that entails having the body registered. So actually,
you don't have a registered body?
We didn't have.
Oh.
So now we do.
Makofi.
Thanks to our new vice president. So I actually have a question on that scouting. I feel like in most sports when you're scouting, you're scouting people who are playing, right?
Yeah.
This is the only sport where you'll be scouting people where 90% of the time they're playing pool when they're slightly inebriated.
So I was going to ask her.
So how does that work?
Does
Like,
she-
is
does
that
she-
a bigger challenge for you?
Does she have a scouting budget, Like maybe you've got like...
Is that a bigger challenge for you? Because
scouting challenge, inebriated, not inebriated.
yeah. How does that work? Because I'm sure.
And how do you bring professionalism into the sport after that?
Yeah. Okay, so yes, most of the time I'll be approaching people and who are there to enjoy themselves. So that's why I was saying it's quite weird, a random stranger is talking to you about, something that you've just done for fun, But it's not been really challenging because I'm also quite social. So I just go with a smile and they're receptive. And then after that, bringing in the professionalism. Oh, no, about the budget. No, it's on my personal budget, actually.
Ni kubwa.
But nowadays I'm a fan of water a lot, so it's not very expensive.
And she doesn't drink soda, so...
When doesn't she drink soda?
Too many Fantas when she was 7 and she was beginning the sport. So
Yeah.
I drink soda.
She was shooting free throws.
So then bringing in the professionalism, actually that comes automatic once you expose these ladies to the now professional level, like the African Championship. I remember the very first time I went, now in 2014, you just feel it, like observing the other ladies and how they conduct themselves. It brings in, you just find yourself acting different. So first of all, I get so pissed when I see people playing, the way we are used to playing at the bar, and when your opponent is about to shoot, you even go and start making a face on the table. That, like, it kills me because that is not allowed. At the professional level, like, once you make your shot, there's a seat. There's a seat by this.
How did we do that at a World Cup?
But then what's the penalty for that? If you leave what's the penalty?
If you do that,
At a tournament,
like a major, like let's
a
say
major
the
tournament,
African,
bro.
yeah, and then you can even be disqualified in participating in the next
Ever.
African
Tournament.
Championship. Yeah.
I put a yellow card.
There's a Ugandan who was
Urudi
banned,
Waymo.
just like that. And then when he went back home, actually the Ugandan national team was like, we've been dealing with a lot of your nonsense, now we are done. Now he's out. He hasn't been in the team again.
Unaambiwa wewe rudi cues. Huko ndio unaweza cheza. Quick, tafuta hizo.
Yeah, and then also, I'm proud to say I'm a member of Mchana. pub. That's where we shoot. Cricket Cues was closed, by the way. So, yeah.
The club yet from China, the other said,
so actually how...
Where is it, by the way?
It's on Ngong Road, opposite Prestige Plaza.
Prestige Plaza hapo. Kwa hiyo.
Oh, you know it?
Mimi naijua, lakini kuna mtu hapa anajifanya.
No,
tangu Ngong Road ikuwe dual, jenge huko,
So, actually there we now have 6 tables. So 4 are for members only. Then now we have 2 in the general public area for now. If you guys come, that's where you play. And then now, of the 4, we have 2 supreme tables. Like really good quality.
Kwa members kula supreme, bro.
2 supreme tables, and then now, these other 2, which are still very good.
And then sisi uko regular.
Niko boss. Mimi niko member, so I can play on any of the 4. And then on the 2 now, when I'm entertaining people like you now. That's why.
Why are the other 2? Why are the other 2 on the side? Do they look different? They're not maintained.
You know even in golf, kama ujui sport unapelekwa kwa range, chimbe huko waribu nyasi huko.
Kidogo tunabano.
You don't come and practice with the pros.
Yeah. So to be a member at Mchana, actually you're vetted. There's a committee for that. Yeah, because everyone there is disciplined. So I think that has really come through to help these guys and also the ladies just have that discipline and the sportsmanship for how they conduct themselves. Because at Mchana we also punish, rowdy behavior. So I guess once you start, like I'm hoping in Kenya or at least in Nairobi, more clubs can take up the discipline that we have at Mchana and just ensure that people are just conducting themselves in respect to the sport.
Some customers are disagreeing with you on set.
They can't give it to
you. Decorum. So
I had a question. Do you think there's any stigma around like women playing, and is there like a challenge for the growth of the sport, women participation in these tournaments?
Yes, thank you for that, because I've been struggling with a lot of ladies who have been so great, like the skill is up here, but the moment they either get married or get a baby, that's it. Like they're like, now I'm like, guy, Kwani, what's the problem? Just explain to him, like I'm not married, so I don't know, but I'm thinking you can just, why can't you just tell him you're going to play? I don't see the big deal, but I guess it's because of the way pool is associated with.
It's been socialized with drinking.
And the bar. Yeah, and as a federation, those are some of the things that we are trying to change. So we're actually thinking of maybe once we get the appropriate sponsorship, maybe we can set up like maybe arenas where it's just primarily for pool.
Not necessarily associated with drinking.
Exactly.
But the sport itself.
Yeah, and also we are planning to go into schools, maybe high schools and universities, and maybe have, because a country like South Africa, let me use that because it's in our continent and it's the most, the sport is most developed there.
Just progressed a lot farther there.
Yes. So like they have the under 16, under 19, under 23 categories. So I'm hoping, maybe one day Kenya, we can also get there. We'll have under 16 in the high schools, under 23
provided
in campus.
Like outside of bars and not necessarily
because
that association.
I always joke with my friends who have newborns. I'm like, why I can't wait for them to get to 7 years. I teach them, they're like, umpeleke kwa bar. I'm like, guy, no, we can go somewhere. Maybe I'll have a pool table in the house. We can start there, But we are hoping to remove that, the stereotype, and maybe eradicate the stigma of women who shoot pool. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That reminds me. In campus, people used to say, I only shoot so that I can attract the attention of men, and that thing used to piss me off.
And then they play, and then you beat them.
Yeah. So if you're watching, I'm the vice president now. So
hey, my coffee.
So I was following your story during the tournament, and you had a few interesting experiences there.
Yeah.
Would you like to speak about your experience at the tournament?
Oh yeah. So the game started on 4th. That was on Friday, and then on that 4th it was mainly team events. So Kenya men, because we only managed to go just 10 players, of which 7 was sponsored by Mchana actually, and then the 3 sponsored themselves. So I didn't manage to take a ladies team. So I was only gonna participate in the singles event, but the men did participate in the team event, and unfortunately they lost, but they were losing so close. Like as I said,
the margins were very narrow.
Extra narrow, because they lost 13-12 against 2 countries. It was so painful. Yeah. So, but yeah, that happened. That was on Friday. Then now Saturday, it's when the singles event started. Yeah, my first round, because we were like 70 ladies. Yeah. So my first.
How many different countries?
We were seven countries. This time around we were 7. Yeah, including Eswatini. It was my first time to see people from Eswatini in real life. And guys, actually they have clothes. Yeah, I was so shocked. Sorry, but anyway,
that is rude.
We have somebody here from
Eswatini.
I was about to just do that whistle. You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
Wait, what do you thought Eswatini is where those must be placing the shot?
I might not get King Swati.
That's what you thought. So I've only seen those photos on newspapers. I've never seen one in real life.
You guys like wearing t-shirts.
Yeah.
Like she was like, what? You thought you were gonna play as the other players because they distract you.
So there were 7 countries. So my first round, I played a lady from Zambia. I won 5-2, because ladies were playing race to 5, of which our game was given 1 hour 30 minutes. So we were able to finish our match in within the 90 minutes. That was my first match, so I proceeded to the next stage. Next stage, I met now a lady from Eswatini.
Who was wearing clothes?
Was wearing a t-shirt.
Yes, but she was very pretty. That's all I remember. Like, she was so cute. Yeah.
I put that part.
Yeah. So I beat her 4-2, but we're just about to finish the last game. But time was over. So that happened.
Played 6-7 games against each other. That's how it works in the singles. You play 7 games, or
best of 5.
Best of 5.
No, race to 5.
Race to 5. Or not best of 5. Race to 5.
Yeah.
Or if 1 hour 30 minutes shares, then someone is on top. Right?
Yes, you stop. Yeah. If it's a draw, then you're given some extra minutes to just play 1 single frame.
Kuna pena.
Yeah. So that's the last
single frame.
Single frame. So after that win, now that's when I got into the top 16, of which the team manager informed me that I'm the first Kenyan ever in this championship to be in top 16.
First Kenyan?
Yeah. I was like, okay.
First Kenyan is on box to box.
These are the guys who are hogging the pool table at Waymo. They're not getting to top 16.
The people here are supreme. Who can
So now getting into top 16, I think that's the moment now I took a break to update on social media. I'm like, but the guys don't know where I am, what I'm doing. So I wrote, I don't believe in jinxing, but after that, my next match I met a lady from Uganda. She's really good. So she's the one now who now beat me now in the...
Have you played her before?
No. Yeah. Now I met her, and that round she beat me, and now she got into the quarterfinals, of which, this is the funny thing, the ranking of the ladies in the singles event, top 5 has 9 ladies. I know you're wondering how that is possible. Yeah, so number 1 is... and then the finals, we had 2 sisters.
Oh, wow.
Competing against each other. Yeah. they're both from Uganda. They're really good. Like
Uganda.
Uganda is cool, bro.
Wako na baa mingi.
I mean,
But you see, that's the stigma. That's the stigma we're trying to eradicate. They don't have many
guys go for nyege hata wengi ku practice. It's just sherehe.
Yeah, so
but it's actually sorry, just like it's actually so weird that you actually associate pool with bars. Like
it's all
it's very hard.
It's all we've been conditioned to know our whole life.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah. So the finals was a sister act between the two Ugandans. Actually, they're both. I think one is they're actually the top two. No. Actually, one is top.
Explain to us how you have to fight top
9.
Yes. So number 1 was one of the sisters. She's called Rukia. Number 2 was Rashida. Number 3 was South African lady. She's called Nicole. Then number 4 was a Ugandan lady called Vicky. Then now position 5, we had 4 ladies, including the one who knocked me out. So now there she was with another Tanzanian lady and another South African and
names,
one.
Study the opponents.
I'm a mark.
Una scout here.
Bias. I wish Koneza Bayua, but they can't. Because you afford. So that's how competitive it was. Yeah. So you can imagine.
What about the guys? What did the guys do?
Yeah, the guys.
I mean, you told me no one who made it the farthest.
Outside of like Kenya, who won the guys? Who won the team championship for the guys? And
so it's not. We can't be able to tell who won among the guys because first they lost as a team, but also in the singles, there's some of them who proceeded to because the dudes were more than the chicks, so they had they had more categories. Like the dudes who made it to play 3 times, but they were still not top 16. That makes sense because I played 3 times. Yeah, so.
And which out of all like the dudes teams, which countries like at the top?
Oh yeah. So in the male side, number 1. This guy, I actually met him the first time in 2014, the African Championship, and that time he was just a young boy, like I think he was 17. It's called Aiden Joseph. You can Google him. Like I think he's actually the current, I think world 9-ball champion or Africa 9-ball champion, but now he's also the Africa blackball champion. Like now he won this one. It's called Aiden Joseph.
It needs a whole video just to explain.
So it was Aiden Joseph. Then number 2 is a guy called Victor. He's actually Mekula Miaka, like he's old, like he's someone's maybe because actually the president
Mekula Chumvi.
Yeah, but he's really good. It's called Victor. Nikizungu yenyu sasa ina confused. So number 2 was Victor from Zambia. Then number 3 was a guy called is it Ricardo? Because I remember Ricardo maybe or Rivaldo from South Africa. Yeah, so he's also young. Like you see, that's why I'm saying we should start with under 16 because these guys have joined the sport when they're quite young. Aiden. And then in South Africa and Uganda, actually most players shoot pool for a living. So they wake up to go and practice. That's their day in, day out. It's not like us here where we have.
But when you say for a living, is it like wachukua bets ama kuna ligi ama?
Ya Kenya saini niko hivyo. Ya Kenya.
Yeah, Kenya is like that.
Yeah, Kenya now. Right now it's like that. The people who I can say maybe make money from it mostly is just through betting, which we are trying to change. Yeah, because it kills the skill because someone is just thinking about if I don't win this game, my money is gone. It's not good. It's not healthy for.
Yeah. Is there a league that's developed?
Yes.
How do you get to participate in it?
Yeah, so we'll be having a national league. We're putting together a national league. We're also gonna go into the counties and have county level leagues so that now everyone can get to participate because right now we just know, the pool family right now is just Nairobi and maybe some guys from Kitale, Kericho, LD, and Nakuru.
No, hakuna Kisimu. Alikuwa na baba tu.
Hapo ndo tulikuwa tuna pioneer hii pool.
And Mombasa.
Yeah.
But now we want to go into the counties. I'm sure labda kuna talent pale Garissa, no one knows. You know, we'll just... I'm from Garissa.
She's from Garissa, by the way.
Offside. She can take a lap.
This one is still growing. Cut and play.
So yeah, we are hoping to go into into the counties. To scout talent there. Yeah. So yeah, I'm saying in South Africa and Uganda. You are asking how they do it for a living. So if you look at someone like Aiden Joseph, there's so many, he has a manager. So his manager is the one who makes
sponsors.
Yes. So his manager is the one who will make sure that there are different sponsors. There are private sponsors, there are corporate sponsors. So some of them will approach your manager and say, hey, I have this tournament ongoing and I'd like to place my money on this guy to win. So you see, it's him betting on that other side. It's not the player chomwaing cash on there. Yeah. So maybe that way, and then whether you win or you lose, you're still making something. In Zambia, what I heard they do is, even Uganda, they have proper clubs, sports clubs. So they give contracts to all their players. So you have a standard payment per month for you to be playing. But now you see what I'm saying, you have to be there diligently for practice. You have to be disciplined. Yeah. Now here, Kenya, we are still working, but we'll get there.
I mean, we're yet to get there, but I'm sure as VP, now you're not just looking at Kenya. Now you're looking at Africa. Right?
Yeah, true.
But in the immediate future, what are your top 2 things that you want to really try and change in Kenya? Okay.
Sawa, in Kenya. Can I say maybe 1 in Kenya, then?
Say 1 in Kenya.
And then in general, in pool. Actually, I have 2 in general.
Okay, let's go.
Which also means can apply to Kenya. So number 1, I want to have more ladies participating in this sport, and I want their interest provided for. Because in the past, I've always had a problem. Even when we used to get funding to go for any tournament, the dudes will always be like, Sija, we just need to take, now we'll take 10 or 15 dudes and 5 chicks. And I'm like, no, that's not fair. If we're taking, the minimum number is 5. Yeah. So if we're taking 5, we're taking 5 and 5. Yeah. Or we take 10 and 10.
Equal participation.
Yes. And even in the past, there was a division, they would get funding for the dudes and just forget about the ladies because they were like, it's ladies pool, Yeah. So I want to change that. I
think pool is definitely one of those sports where there can be a bit of, let's say, more equality because it's not necessarily a physicality-based sport, but it's more of a skill set. So.
Yes. Yeah. So I want to have more ladies participating and their interest catered for. Number 2, this mostly applies to me now as the Vice President of the All Africa Pool. Having maybe all countries have a registered body governing the sport, because once you do that, it's very easy for the federation or association to get funding for you to participate in now these international championships. Yeah. So I'm hoping I can help. Currently we're trying to guide Ghana towards that. They actually contacted us I think 2 days ago. So we want to help them achieve that, because
Cool.
Yeah.
So,
is there anything the way golf has handicaps? How do you rank all these pool players across countries? Is it just based on tournaments and who has beaten who, or can you actively play locally and have your pool rating rise?
Okay, so there's the ranking on the ground. There's the way people know, so and so is so good. They rank them as in their opinion. But also once in a while we do a major tournament, like the national selection we just did before we went to Zambia. We informed all the players This is to select the national team, but also we'll use it for ranking so that we can now have at least top seed 1 to seed 5. Yes, so mostly that's how it's done.
So now, in your position as VP, now do you have to go for all these tournaments, even if you're not playing?
Do I have to?
Like,
you
have to be there, like to overlook something. Like, is that part of your?
Yes, that's part of my work. And currently, right now, because the next one will be in 2023 October. Right now, we are trying to decide on the country that is gonna win the bid. So right now, we're just receiving bids from all the countries that want to host it. Yeah. So we are going through that. Then after we decide on which country, maybe we'll have to travel and, just. Inspect if they have the capability to host.
Has Kenya bid?
Kenya may bid?
No. We don't even have
the queues in the football.
Way more.
Mchana.
We are hoping.
Mchana Supreme.
Actually, we are in the talks for that, but not for 2023. Hopefully, maybe 2025 we can bid to host. But right now we're not there yet.
In the World Cup. 4 years.
I know. Yeah. So.
Do you coach people?
Oh yeah.
There's some people here that may need help.
Oh, okay. So
some are special needs. Some in the audience are special needs.
So I do coach people as much as I'm not very patient, but this is a disclaimer. I only coach ladies because I've noticed a lot of men are using my pool as a ground to talk to me. So actually when I post anything about pool, I always put the team manager's number. I'm like, yeah, dudes, reach out to that guy, and then the ladies, now you can DM me, because I hate the small talk, because others are not serious, they just want to talk to you. So to avoid that, this is to all the ladies out there, you can reach me. My social media is Doreen Wandia, so yeah, reach out. We can arrange some classes, some coaching. I can help to talk to your better half to allow you to play. Yeah, but there are people searching.
Pretending.
So and I plan to shoot pool for the better part of my life, as long as my energy and it can allow me. Yeah.
So if you get married also, now you won't stop?
Yeah, I don't plan on stopping. No.
Alright,
so at one question. Like, has pool changed tactically? Like, are there tactics, like the way you learned pool in the beginning and how you're playing it now? Is there any difference?
Oh yes.
When you go for practice, are you just playing a game against somebody, or maybe they're just 3 balls?
Yeah.
You're aiming CG from where? How does that work?
So actually, it also changes depending on the person you're playing. The way I would play my teammates is not the same way I'd play in Degs, let's say. Because
you play defensive pool.
So yeah, the tactics always change, because also the rules keep on changing.
Testimonial. Charity game here.
Testimonial.
Yeah, the rules keep on changing, and as the rules change, your tactics have to change as well.
So what are the rules?
What do you mean the rules change? Like,
I am so sure you guys are still playing the rules. If we had a table right now, you'd still play a shot where maybe you have your target ball here and the white here, and then you don't want me to see my ball, so you just hit your ball and keep the white here, right? Like, without even moving it.
As we're not even that sophisticated. Sini watu wa manduki hapo. Force fast.
Yes, but generally, yes.
Generally, yeah. So first of all, the rules we play, the Blackboard Rules, that's a foul if you do that. Every time you hit a target ball, one of the balls on the table has to hit the cushion. If it doesn't, that's a foul.
One of the balls has to hit the cushion.
Yes. So either you caught the ball.
Explain like it's a 7-year-old. There are people that are not getting
gonga ball. Ingine kigongo lazima igonge ile kitu ingine. Haiwezi na tu kusimama hivi.
So let's say So let's say you're playing. Let's say you're playing. Let's say you're playing ball number 2.
Ukiwa na kazi 3 uko chuo.
So let's say you're playing ball number 2, and then.
So you're aiming for number 2.
Yes.
With the white.
With the white. And then let's say there's also ball number 6, which is still yours, near the pot, like by the pot. So if you aim... Pot ni shimo. So when you hit number 2, and maybe you wanted to hit it to go hit number 6, maybe to drop, and then number 2 moves, yes, towards that direction, but doesn't hit number 6 and doesn't hit the cushion. It just hangs, you know, in the, like it's
the cushion, the edge, hapo.
Like...
So not anyam kujua.
Cushion. Yeah, cushion.
Sorry.
So, if none of the balls, including the white, doesn't hit the cushion, or even your target ball doesn't touch,
foul.
Yeah, that's a foul.
Bro, atuwezani.
So, you can't do those ones of kitambo. We call them the old rules, like at you hit, you kidogo, at you just leave it. No, you can either, if your target ball or any other ball doesn't hit, at least the white has to roll and hit the cushion and come back. And then when you're given 2 shots, you have the option of lifting the white and placing it anywhere behind the bulk line. The bulk line is, see when you're breaking, the balls are racked over there, where you place the white. That's the bulk line. So you place it anywhere there. You can even play the balls behind you. Remember how
we were told you have to go forward.
No, Blackboard Rules, you don't do that. You can play any, and then you can play any ball. Not necessarily on your first shot, you can play your opponent's ball, or even the black to set it, not pot it, of course, unless you're on the black, that is. And then also the black has 2. Do you know how when you were given 2 shots before and you're on the black?
You can't,
You can't, So this one you can play it softly, touch the cushion, set it, and then now the second shot, just put it. So you see, with those different rules, your tactics have to change. Yeah.
So can we play pool against US box to box?
Special episode of Mchana. Supreme table.
Yes, as you won't come, play against you.
Yeah.
I will start so that when we go behind, people can catch up. Since they're talking a lot.
Testimonials.
Since they're talking a lot.
Fan favorites.
And then as we go along, we actually explain to us the rules. I feel like that's such a...
You're most welcome. Yeah.
Do we have to bring ladies to play?
If you can get more ladies to play, that would be better.
Yeah. Since you can't talk to men when you
talk to women.
Just give us manager's number.
Give us manager's number. We'll text you. What's up? Hi.
All right, guys. That has been our episode. It's focus on athletes and local sports. Our guest today was Doreen Wandia. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Vice President. Manager Gate C.
Regular Pale Benihanas.
Thank you so much for coming. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Cheers.